July the 10th. About to get there we go. I got it adjusted about as best as I'm going to get it adjusted, I think, for everything here. Yeah, sometimes, like I mentioned yesterday, sometimes it just doesn't, the live preview doesn't do it justice. When I go live, it changes for some reason the screen here. All right, good morning, everybody. I want to welcome you to the Daily Reader podcast, where we read from a daily reader or a devotional, and we learn tools and principles, including, but not limited to, prayer, meditation, and breath work that help us to stay more present and to live better lives. We meet on here Tuesday through Friday at 7 a.m. and Saturday through Mondays at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe to this channel for future content and episodes. I also want to say, if you like the videos, be sure to share them with your family and friends. I want to help as many people as possible. So I really want to say thank y'all for doing that in advance. Okay, without further ado, y'all, we'll go ahead and get started this morning. Go ahead and just get somewhere, a stopping point, depending on what you're doing. Some of you may just be waking up. Some of y'all may be at work already. Obviously, if you're at work, you're not allowed to do this, then don't, unless you get permission. Don't want to get anybody in trouble out there. Excuse me. But otherwise, I'll give you about 30 seconds to get there. Preferably somewhere where you can sit down instead of lying down. And put your feet on the floor. We're going to do a little bit of a guided relaxation this morning. And your feet needs to be on the floor for this process, or the grass, or the ground, or the carpet, whatever you have, wherever you might be. And yeah, if you're somewhere, you're working, you're somewhere you can't do this until later, then yeah, just come back later and watch the video whenever you can. I completely understand. I watch live videos sometimes as well, and sometimes I can't tune in for the entire thing at that time, and so I choose to come back at a later time, finish it up, rewatch it, whatnot. Okay, go ahead and close your eyes. Just take some slow, deep breaths, breathing in your nose and out your mouth this morning. I'm going to work on a firm foundation this morning. It's what I like to call a grounding exercise. So just use your imagination. Just imagine that your feet, out the bottom of your feet, if they're planted on the earth. If they're not planted on the earth, you're like in a recliner or something, kick back. You can still imagine. It's just going to work better if they're actually on the ground or on the floor or whatever. Just imagine big tree roots coming out of your feet and going deep within the earth. Let's take another moment of that. You can really do it however many routes you want to do, or I usually kind of do it like, just imagine multiple 4 or 5 different ones coming out the bottom of my feet, penetrating down deep within the earth. This works to get us really stabilized before we do any other work. The reading today as well, it helps with that. Always look to build a foundation on concrete versus sand. That way it'll continue to stand when the storms of life come at us. Breathe. Okay, let's go back now. We're going to focus back on the breath. Just focus on what it feels like, what it sounds like as you're breathing in your nose, out your mouth. You can do that. My nose is a little bit stopped up this morning, so I'm doing a little bit of mouth breathing as well. In your nose, out your mouth. Continue breathing. Notice that I'm slouching a little bit in my chair, and you know what? That's okay. It's all right. It's time for self-care, so I'm going to do something interesting tomorrow, so a little bit different. So be sure you're here. I think you'll get a lot out of it. It's going to be something based on love. Not going to spoil it though. Okay, we're going to do one more breath, and then today we'll do the short version of the Serenity Prayer. Last breath, take it in as deep as you can on the inhale and the exhale. Blow it out audibly, releasing any tension that you might be still holding on to this morning. And prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Okay. Whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and open your eyes. If you choose to do so, if you want to keep them closed, you can too. During the reading here. Yeah, so if y'all just show up, I trust you'll get something out of each and every one of these that we do every single day. Half a success, they say, is showing up in life. So I believe that. I'm not going to say it's half. I personally believe it's probably maybe 40%. It's a pretty big chunk. Get back up in my chair now for the reading here. Okay. So when I care about something, I willingly give it my time and attention. I care about Al-Anon, and I care about my groups. I have vested interest in their health and growth. So I do what is in my power to do. I participate freely with love. I do whatever needs to be done, set up, clean up, chair meetings, and speak with newcomers. I do these things not out of the sense of obligation, but because I belong. I feel as though I am a part of these groups. I feel comfortable participating in Al-Anon meetings because in them I find an atmosphere of trust and mutual respect. However, I wasn't always so open. There have been times in my life when I didn't trust and I didn't receive respect, so I withdrew. I didn't allow myself to stay and work through the challenges offered to me. Now that I'm in recovery, I don't want to limit my opportunities to grow by restricting my involvement with others, whether or not they are in the program. As always, Al-Anon teaches me to pray, look at myself and my attitudes, and then take action. For me, this action means detaching from people's behavior and giving them the same acceptance, consideration, and respect for which I long. To live more harmoniously with others, I practice live and let live. I endeavor to accept that people are human and have human frailties and limitations as I do. When I don't expect perfection from others or from myself, I am free to participate and be a part of life. Thought for the day: a sense of belonging is as necessary to my spiritual health as air is to my lungs. Recognizing the spiritual need to belong, the principles of participating has been built into our whole service structure. And that's from the book The Concepts, Al-Anon's Best Kept Secret, page 11. It's good reading. Seemed to cover a couple different things. So I believe in giving myself respect. If I want others to respect me and love me, then I need to give myself that same respect and love. And you know what? For the most part, I do. But sometimes I don't. There are times and I just don't do my self-care. That I want to do or need to do. I choose to say that I need to do, because if I don't do it, then sometimes the other people around me can suffer some of those consequences. It also mentioned something else that really stood out to me in this reading, which is what I like to kind of say. If something stands out to me, we'll talk about it. If something stands out to y'all, let me know. We'll talk about it in the comments below. But as y'all come to these, what I do is I typically just read the reading, and then I'll just talk about what does stand out to me about that reading. I don't want to limit my opportunities to grow by restricting my involvement with others, whether or not they are in the program. So the universe typically gives us, God, the universe, higher power, whatever you call it, gives us the opportunities to be able to grow and change. And sometimes that's challenging, right? Some days you're like, oh God, I got to deal with this or that, and so change isn't always easy, right? But I've learned that practicing the 12 steps, or as many of them as I can on a daily basis, really help me, really help life be easier. I don't think life is meant to be a struggle, y'all. Like some people go through life and like begrudgingly, like, oh God, another day, I gotta do this, I gotta do this freaking job, that freaking job, this sucks. Like, I believe that God wants us to live in prosperity and not have to like struggle to get through the day, right? And the steps do help with that. They really do. So I'm grateful for that. I've been going now to 12-step meetings for next February, I believe will be 8 years. February the 14th, Valentine's Day is the day I chose for my anniversary. I don't know if it's the exact day, but it's been like a week or so when I started going to the meetings. Yeah, so we can just accept the challenges that come our way and just to ask what is in this, to learn, like what lesson is here, whatever shows up in my life, right? Ask myself, what do I need to learn here, and what can I do? And sometimes that lesson is somebody cutting me off in traffic in the morning when I get out driving down the road, and sometimes that lesson might be patience. It might be, oh, well, you know what? You need to have a little bit more patience and compassion. And God's trying to tell me I need to have more patience and compassion for this person that did that. And I used to not think like that. I used to be like, oh, you stupid freaking idiot, whatever, right? I would cuss. Like, I had road rage pretty bad. Now I have more compassion, because the Bible does say, forgive them for they know not what they do, right? And if that's really true, and I believe it is, sometimes we're just unconscious, right? We're just unconscious to our own ignorance, right? I believe ignorance is the ability to be able to fix it, right? Stupidity is just like, you're stupid, you can't change it, you don't want to change it, or you don't know you need to change it. So I don't really think nobody's stupid, to be honest. I think it's more of ignorance until we wake up to that unconscious thing that we're doing, or it could be conscious, right? It could be something conscious we're doing as well to be able to change it. So, but just one moment at a time, y'all. We just got to take it one day at a time and one moment at a time. No need to stress about the future. No need to worry about that, and everything will work out as it should when it does when we get here, right? And it's about also being ready for the opportunity when it arrives too. So I'm not saying don't plan for the future. I think planning for the future is okay. Just no need to worry about the future. I don't know what's going on with my coffee. Look, my coffee's leaking over here. I got coffee and herbal tea mixed together. All right, y'all. Well, this wraps it up for today's Daily Reader Podcast. Look forward to seeing y'all tomorrow morning, same time and place. More than likely it'll be same place. Sometimes it changes, but y'all have a great day. Make it a great day. And I look forward to seeing those of y'all that can make it tomorrow. And as always, y'all, peace and love. Bye for now. Until next time.